Nothing like a good cup of coffee in my Red Dragon Model Works cup. It's about 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. Monday morning. Couldn't sleep, so just figured I'd give you guys a quick update. Like many of you guys, I have what I call squirrelitis. Now, squirrelitis for the modeler is when you start working on something, and then all of a sudden the new shiny kit comes along and you drop what you're doing and you go get another thing. Well, that happens to me all the time, guys. More than I'd care to admit. But those of you that know me know I've got tables full of figures and bills here that have started and not completed. But I have been productive as of late. So if you give me a second, guys, let me finish my cup of coffee here. I'll aim that camera down here, and I'll show you what old Smog's been doing here in his cave. Be back in a second, fellas. Okay, now as I mentioned in the beginning of the video here, like many of you, I have what they call squirrelitis. I'll start a project, start doing it, I have it all planned out in my head, and then I either see something on my desk, or I go in the process of gathering all my paints, I find a figure or a kit, and everything I'm working on gets moved off to the side, and I start working on that, and whatever I was working on goes to the wind. And that's what happens to me for the most part, unless I put myself down to a schedule. And usually I do that when someone commissions something from me, or I have a tight deadline I need to meet. I'll put everything to the side and give what I'm working on my whole attention. But for the most part, you know, I'm all over the place when it comes to building. I really am. So that's how I operate on my bench here. So, you know, lately I've been sitting here just, you know, putzing around, and I had a health scare, and you know, I was ill for a while there, and I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you very much, all you guys out there that inquired about that. And right after the 48-hour build, you know, I was looking for something to do. So I was talking to Mike, and Mike and I, Hobbyman Mike and I, we were talking. And I says, you know, I got a lot of figures on my desk here that I really need to get painted. I'm not starting anything until I get these figures, most of these figures, put a good dent in them. So Mike, you know, jokingly says, okay, August is figure painting month, Gil. So I mess with him about it. I tell him, you know, it's a challenge. I took it as a challenge. So I picked this guy back up. Now, many of you guys have seen him. You know, you guys know this guy. I've been working on him for a while. My longtime subscribers know all about this guy. I picked this up at Adepticon a few years ago. So I started painting him. And, you know, going in, all these rust colors are ammo, Mega ammo. You know, this is the from the rust range of Mega ammo. So I thought it would make a good, you know, shadow. So I started layering them in there, and then I was going back and forth on what I wanted to do for the leather. So, you know, we're sitting there talking with the guys, and I'm painting the leather on this, and I got the leather painted. You know, started on the leather on that, as you can see there. I don't know how good it's showing up on the camera, but I started doing all that, you know, getting all the leather done. You know, there's a couple other pieces that I got right here. I got the leather done on that. These are some pieces that go on his knees. I got those painted up. This is the loincloth, or the little skirt part that he's got on the back. I still got some work to do on that. Blending some more paint on that. It's nowhere near done. And this is a piece that goes on his arm. You know, it's like this piece here. Well, I keep dropping it. Sorry. I started, painting this. This one's done, and I got this painted, and this piece sits on his shoulder, like right here. It'll sit on his shoulder like that, So, I started doing all that, trying to get this guy, ready so I can have it. I know it's a little fuzzy. Sorry about that. I'm moving too fast and my camera's having a heck of it. There it is. So I started working on him. And as I'm working on him, I have another figure that's been sitting in front of me for about a year and a half. I got it from a company called Kromlech. Let's see. Come on, focus you. I got it from a company called Kromlech. And this guy right here, it's a nice little bust. It's an orc. So I sat down and one day, I was talking to the guys, and as I was working on let me back up a little bit because this camera is acting kind of goofy here. Come on, focus, will you? Sorry about that. If I can get this to focus here. It's not focusing. My camera's acting up. There we go. Nope. There we go. So anyway, as I was working on this guy, this cat was standing right in front of me there, sitting right in front of me there. So I'm painting this and staring at this at the same time because I figured, okay, there's leather on him. There's leather on him. I got the paints out. So I put this guy off to the side and I started working on this guy. So I did the face. I did the lips. And I started working on the leather, and then one thing led to another. Mike found this little base here, and a file for it. So I 3D printed it out, and then I have a bunch of these little wooden bases laying around. So I got him done. I'm not going to go into depth about what I did with him, other than you could see it right there. Greens, yellows, blues, reds, pinks. I got his teeth all gnarlied up. While I had the leathers out, I did the leather on him, gave him his little bomber jacket. I distressed his helmet a little bit right there, his little leather cap there. Come on, focus you. Can't get it there it is. Distressed that a little bit. I need to go in and do a little touch up on those little parts there because I had to redo the glasses. And the wooden base is the one that gave me the hardest part of all of this was this wooden base. And it was an untreated, just a regular blonde, what we call blonde wood. So I sealed it before, I shot it with some Styrene, sunk in a couple of coats of Styrene. I sealed it first, shot it with some Styrene, and then it just sucked it right in with the humidity. Everything that I shot on this thing just sucked it right in. So to make a long story short, it took a couple of coats of primer to get it to finally stop, and then I started layering. I wanted to do more of a marble on it. Now I wasn't going to go all crazy like I did this. It was just going to be a real quick marbling and basic thing. But the more I played with it, the more I kept layering more colors onto it, and I busted out the brush. There's white, red, blue, yellow, burnt sienna. All kinds of colors in this. Greens, tans, turquoise. So once I had airbrushed everything on it, the vast majority of this was airbrushed. The face was airbrushed. Everything was airbrushed other than the leather, the teeth, the lips, and for the most part, and his eyes. But I really liked the way they came out. So I marbled up the base. It's got about 5 coats of real heavy polyurethane on there. So that's the way. See, that's the original color of the base. So I really like the way that marbling came out. I like doing fake marble on this. I've done it many times, and every time you do it, it's a beautiful thing for me to do. I'll have pictures at the end of this, to show you how it looks up underneath this base here. So as I'm doing this, I had already started about a week or so, or 2 weeks before that, and I was waiting for some parts to come in. A Titan one of those Warhammer Titans. And forgive me, I always forget what this guy is. Warden, I think he is, a Knight Warden, Imperial Warden. So anyway, we were sitting down. It was already shot in Styrene. It was already put together. I had magnetized some parts to it, and I was thinking about the colors I wanted on it. So I took some spoons, some plastic spoons, and shot them with some Badger black Styrene, this stuff right here. Shot it with some Styrene, let that sit, hit it with a blow dryer, waited about 20 minutes, and then I hit it with some Vallejo Model Air Silver. And then I used with, I don't know if any of you guys are out there, these are Badger ghost tints. This one here is the plasma fluid, this one is the purple, and this one is the magenta. So these are the colors that I got. This is the purple, the plasma, and the magenta. So these are the colors I ended up with, what I was looking for to paint this Titan. And then I went in, like with the purple and the plasma, I went in with the magenta and I added shadows to see how, how I could play with the shadows on either one of them. And then with this one, I went in with the purple. With the magenta, I went in with the purple down there just to give it a little depth, a little shadow. So this gave me an idea of what I wanted to paint the Warhammer, the Titan with. So I took the spoons upstairs to my wife and I asked her to pick a color, which color she liked. And me, I was leaning more towards this one. But my wife really liked this color here. And then I came down and the guys, we were talking and I asked Mike, I said, hey Mike, what color do you think? And they liked the colors, but this color here ended up being the favorite. So I shot it with that color. And there it is right there. Now, arguably it's not done yet. Right now it's only held together with, I've got some blue tack in there just because I was going to, I just wanted to mock it up to see what it looked like. So there it is. Everything you see chrome here or silver still needs to be painted. This is magnetized right there. The top half is also magnetized. I'm not going to monkey with it right now. I still need to go in and on the mask here. This part is going to be a bone color. So I've got the color of the shoulder plates and everything on one side of his face, and the other side is going to be a bone color. And then this is the banner that hangs down in his groin area there, and I'm thinking about using this color because I don't know about you guys, but to me this looks pretty cool against that, just for the banner. And then paint the banner, and then maybe, or just paint it all black, and then go in and put a red dragon, with either a 3 000 or a 4-0 brush, and then freehand a dragon in there. I don't know yet. I haven't figured it out. There's also some more little weapons here, and that's also magnetized. There's a few other little plates here that still need to be put on them, but as you can see, I've been doing the detail painting on them. So I painted this in the purple or the blue plasma color, and then the shadows that you see here is the magenta, and that's what I use for the magenta. On this is a little bit darker, as you can notice, than the plates at the top. And all I did here was I added a little bit of magenta in there, and then I added a little bit more of the blue plasma fluid in there. So yeah, that's where I'm at now, guys. It's like I said, this still everything that you see that's still silver needs to be painted. So it's not done by any means. I just wanted to give you guys a quick, to show you really quick what this Badger Ghost Tints. Look how pretty that is. Now it's got a coat of aqua gloss on there to protect this, but it was shiny before that. Not this shiny, but it was shiny. It's a glossy paint, so it'll give you a nice gloss. But I would tell you guys, the minute you spray it, let it sit for a few hours, then hit it with a gloss coat so you can protect it. And I wanted to go in and do all the little detail painting, like all those little rivets and stuff I needed to paint. I don't know if you can see, all the little rivets are gold. And then when I get to this part, I don't know if I'm going to do this a gun gray, the exoskeleton. It might be a gun gray or a gloss black, and if it's a gloss black, I'm going to do the same thing with all the rivets. Go in there and hand pick them all with a I don't know, maybe a 1 or a 0 brush, and then like I did here, and pick out all those details. But yeah, that's where we're at right now, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a quick. I don't know if there's any guys out there that are Warhammer guys. Show you what this Titan is looking like. It's a beautiful paint job. I love the way those ghost tints. If you're looking for this, I'll leave a link down below. But you can always go to Web Airbrushes to buy this ghost tints. There's a set of 12 of them. The Badger Minotaur paints are excellent for airbrushing, guys. Beautiful. They're thin. You lay them down in layers. They're gorgeous. This stuff here, you lay it down, like you would a traditional candy, and just light coats, and you build them up. And these are great if you're looking for something different. You can spray it in the house without having an extractor, and you don't have all the smelly fumes. This stuff is really great, guys. You go to Web Airbrushes right here, webairbrushes.com, right there, webairbrushes.com. You use my code Red Dragon, and it'll save you 40% off, man, for this stuff right here. And again, there's 12 colors to this, so it's beautiful. I mean, the colors you can get out of this. There's a whole bunch of like I said, there's 12 of them. You got the reds, you got oranges, you got I believe there's a white chrome. There's 12 of them, guys. So this one here, like I said, is not done yet, and I should have it completed by the end of the week. So I'm gonna shoot it with a clear in about an hour or so, and then start laying all the decals on there. So we'll be back in a second. Oh, excuse me. So, fellas, that's what I got for you today. Not a whole heck of a lot, but I've been showing this on the Titan, the Imperial Titan, and that Kromlech, that orc bust on Facebook, and on my Instagram page, my Twitter page, and people have just, they wanted to see last night when I showed them after I did the gold detail work on that. They wanted to see a video of it and see it in what they called real time. The gold that I used on that was a mixture, guys, of these two. It's not really gold; it's actually a bronze. It's a Sycorax bronze with a little bit of hash nut copper. It's almost like a rose-colored copper mixed in, and that's the color I got there. It gave me the gold that I was looking for, and not a bronze. So I'm not gonna add any washes to this. I'm gonna leave it as is because I think a lot of times that when you add too much pre-shading or too many washes, you distract from the actual look on there. The stacks on the back, I'm going to paint those up to look like they're heat stained, and I might do the same with the Gatling gun and the big boom knocker, I call it. And then I'm gonna get back to this guy right here. I've got the paint. I picked up some paint for him. So I also picked up this. I'm getting ready to do this, but I'm gonna wait. I'm fighting, but I'm gonna wait to do this. And in between, as soon as this guy's done, and in between that, I have the Dreadlund, Solvent Abuse UK, the machining Krieger. I've got him on his base. I just got to lay down the turf on it, airbrush it, and that's done too. So that should be done by the Saturday or Sunday, sometime around there. I've been asked a lot of if we're gonna the Styrene Syndicate if I'm going to host another Halloween build. Yes, we're gonna host another Halloween build. I need to speak to Luis Garcia, this brother right here, Luis Garcia. He runs the other page that we have is the Styrene Syndicate's group build page. It's right here, Styrene Syndicate group build page, and I think that we're gonna run it the Halloween build through that group build page. Of course, it's a Halloween build, so it's themed. It's a Halloween theme. So I just want to get with him and let him know what he's in for, because it's going to be if the response is anything like we got last year, it's going to be big. And we've picked up quite a few members. We're approaching 2,000. I know that's small for a lot of Facebook communities, but for us it's big because we're not avidly trying to advertise, but people find us and they join us because of the inclusiveness that we have in the community. So, and that's about it, man. That's about it. I just wanted to show you guys what I have here. There'll be news on the airbrush that we'll be giving away on Wednesday. That'll come. That the judging will come to a close on Wednesday for that on Styrene Syndicate, and then I'll have an announcement on who won that. Again, our 48-hour build was a success. Everybody enjoyed it. We had a few here and there that didn't, but for the most part, it was a great success, man. It really was. And yes, I plan on doing it again next year. Although there were some lessons were learned, and financially, I can't mail that stuff out because we pushed close to $400 and just on the stuff that I had here in postal fees. And some brothers helped me with about half of it, but still, man, that was like $200 out of my pocket, and I don't think I can't sustain that, guys, because I don't do this for a living. This is a hobby for me. But there'll be some changes, man, but we are going to do it again. So stick around. Sometime Wednesday we'll have an announcement on who won the airbrush. By Friday we'll have an announcement on when the Styrene Syndicate's Halloween build will start and end. And that'll be on the Styrene Syndicate Facebook page and the YouTube page right here. I'll leave the links down below also, guys. So the announcements will be on that, and we'll figure out how we're going to run that there. But we are having one, guys. So it's good to see Dr. Cranky back. It's great to see my buddy there, Atomic Dog, man. He did a nice diorama with the little throne and all that. You guys go check him out. You know who he is, Atomic Dog 32. Good brother. And hey, just build a model, guys. Remember, it's a hobby, man. Keep it fun, man. It's not a hobby if it isn't fun, brothers. It really isn't. Love your, enjoy your families, man. Be good to them. Love them. Be good to your children, brothers and sisters. Really, be good to your children. I always say that they're gifts from the creators, man. You don't know what you got until they grow up and they move away and they're not running around driving you nuts anymore. Leave the drama to the queens, brothers and sisters. We don't need it in our community, man. It's hard enough, living day to day and have to deal with egos and things like that there and drama. We don't need it. So leave that to the queens, man, and just sit down, man. Build a damn model, man. Enjoy yourselves. It's Red Dragon saying peace. Remember, man, we have a Facebook page. We have a YouTube page and a Google Plus page. All the links will be down below. I encourage each and every one of you to become members of Red Dragon Model Works on Facebook and Styrene Syndicate on Facebook. You all have a great week. Stay safe. Stay healthy, man. We'll see you guys sometime Wednesday and again Friday for the update on the Halloween group build. Until then, man. And peace from Chicago, Illinois.